it's also fairly tall. As a matter of fact, this is the second tallest building in Chicago. We're going to see the top 4 tallest buildings in the city on our tour here tonight. You'll also notice these patios up and down the sides of the building. Each of those patios at the heights of some of the other buildings around us. For example, that lowest patio at the same height as the building we started off next to, not including the clock tower, the second patio, at the same height as some of the other towers across the way. That's not by accident, that's by design. The architect trying to make the building look good in context with the other buildings around it. We call that contextualism, and we'll see more examples of that as we continue on our tour. Now, as we come up from underneath the bridge, we're going to jump all over in time on our tour over here on the left. This building, if you had to guess, is that an older or a newer building?
Okay.
Yeah, you know, because of the materials, right? This building from the 1920s, this is Tribune Tower. They used to make the Chicago Tribune newspaper high-end condominiums today. Something younger folks, newspapers. They used to make yesterday's news. Ask your parents about it. On top of that building, trying to look like a French Gothic cathedral, so they call that the French Gothic revival style. That's the question.
Don't stand by the edge.
Chicago in the 1920s that looked like European cathedrals. Well, you got to remember, everybody who was living here back then had all came over from Europe, right? So they were still following back home. Now, as we move down the river here, over here on the right, you see this big white box of the building with black stripes on it. That's the fourth tallest building in Chicago. Aon Center today used to be owned by Standard Oil. We used to call that building Big Stand. When it first opened back in the 1970s, it was covered in white marble. That white marble did not appreciate Chicago winters. So you're grabbing all over the building.
Come on, you want to go stand? Wait, let me get your iPad. Hold my hand.
Per floor. There's about 80 floors to that building. Unless you're doing that. Staying on the right side of the river, you'll see this brown building with a stripe on it that says James Hardy. We don't care about it. Look at the building behind it. See all those wavy lines? That's Aqua Tower from 2009. Those wavy lines are patios designed that way to look like water flowing across the surface of the building. It's a selling point for Aqua Tower. Come live in the building that looks like water down by the lake and the river. Designed by a superstar architect. Her name, Jeannie Gang. Jeannie Gang, born and raised right here in the Midwest, went off to Harvard. One of the Harvard Genius grants, certified genius, Jeannie Gang. Came back to Chicago in 2021 and designed the third tallest building in the city over here on the right. The big blue wibbly wobbly building with the cross shape on it is the St. Regis. Just like that, we've seen 3 of the top 4 tallest buildings in Chicago. Number 2 is Trump Tower. Number 3, the St. Regis right here. Number 4, the Aon Center. However, this building, the St. Regis, is the tallest building in the world designed by a female-led architectural firm. We're very proud of that, changing face of architecture on display right here in Chicago. This building also has an example of a technique for building really tall buildings here in this very windy city. Take a look up at the 83rd, 84th floor, that cross shape up there. You might notice you can look right through it. That's because there's no walls, there's no windows up there. Those are blow-through floors. You want to alleviate some of the wind pressure on a building. One way to do it is let the wind blow right through. It's a great design solution, but it's also surprisingly expensive. Why? Recently, 2 floors of this building sold for $13 million. And it turns out you can't sell floors of a building that don't have walls or windows. That's what you have to do. If you want to build these really tall buildings, you're in the